letting a guy like that out, letting him come back to society? Is the idea that you're getting something bigger in return? Like, what is the psychology of that system?
They needed Gotti. I mean, they wanted him. He beat them so many times. He was, thumbing his nose in their face, and they wanted him, and they were willing to make a deal with anybody. Really.
Yeah.
You know what happened? I'll tell you what happened in our life. There was a lot of respect. There was also a lot of fear. What happened in our life, when guys on the street started fearing the government more than they were fearing our life,
Family, yeah.
That's when everybody started flipping and turning, and it was unbelievable.
When did that change happen?
Really in the 80s, when they started using that racketeering law. I was in the next cell with Sammy, and I'll never forget. We were in NDC, and we were talking through the air conditioning vent, not air conditioning, whatever it was, in the floor, because you couldn't talk at a wall there. But we were talking, and for some reason he didn't sound right to me. Just things were not sounding right the way he was talking. And then they came and took him away not too long after that. But I kind of resent this because people say, oh, the younger guys really couldn't stand up like the older guys. But my answer to that, 30, 40 years ago, you got 10 years, you got 15 years. Anybody can do that. You do 7, 8 years, you get out on parole, you go back to your life. Today, they hit you with a RICO charge.
Get to 60 years.
You got 20 years right off the bat, no more parole, meaning you're doing 17 and a half minimum. And if you get 20 on a RICO case, you're lucky. I was facing 150 years.
Wow.
And they would have gave me every bit of it. Because when I was in MDC, I'm watching these guys going to trial, Mike. They're coming back 300 years, 90 years. I said, man, I'm the youngest guy. They're going to give me 5,000 years here. I'll never get out of jail. But, I took my shot anyhow. I mean, I took a plea and I did my time. But fortunately, I beat him a couple of times, so they wanted a conviction on me. But that's why guys didn't stand up. Nobody stands up. It's very hard. You know one guy that stood up? My dad. My dad, they can give him 5 million years. He's never saying a word to anybody. He was that kind of a guy.
Why do you think it's necessary for people need to live that life? They need to make sure that they feel there's something. I'm not doing this code. I don't care. They can kill me. Why do you think they have to have that mentality?
To be part of that life?
Yeah. No, it's that mentality. Like some people that's not even part of life that's like that. Why would somebody want to do something like that?
You mean to be involved in the life or to be an informant?
No. Don't give a fuck. I don't care if they give me 100 years.
There's just...
a lot of people say it, but a lot of people not like that.
No.
Then you meet one rare guy that's like that.
Yeah, and that's my dad. Well, Persico Jr., my former boss. I mean, these guys, they're old-time guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, I'll die in jail. That's it.